Shalom, shalom. Give all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Greatmillstone for teaching me this truth and all the brothers and sincerity, right? And I want to get straight into it. I believe I had a vision last night from the Most High, because as soon as I woke up, like right after I saw it, I immediately woke up and I put on my the garment, and it wasn't no regular dream, and I just talk about it real quick because what we just was we saw Apostle Tahar. He put up the video of the prophets, and he was talking about the fame. And in this part, I watched some of it, right? So I had to go to work, but he's talking about the fame that that we're gonna get, right? And that's basically what this was about. So basically getting into the vision, I saw Apostle Gabar, and he was on his talk show or something like that. You could tell it was the future in a certain spec, but it was like he was on his talk show, and he had like what they call us like bums in them, but he had just like on like if he was going to work out clothes basically on, right? Full like long sleeve and long like gray, just like going to work out or something like that, right? And he walks in, and then it's like a talk show of like Trevor Noah, right? That dude. And he walks in, he's all surprised, and then they show him like this box, right? And he like looking through it, and then he gets a lot of joy, right? Because he's like surprised, like he's like just like the old days, and he's pulling it out. You know, he's like exactly like from from the old days, kept saying that. Kept saying from the old days, and then like I wasn't even around. I wasn't even in truth. He's been doing this for longer than I've been alive. So the stuff in the box with them was like rocks, and they had crystals. Like one that I really saw was like one. It was like a rock, and it had like crystals in the middle, and there was different books. I perceived like one was I don't know, because a part of the dream was that I didn't see like the scriptures. I didn't see like the books of the scriptures. I think I might have saw the Apocrypha, but I didn't see it, like, you know. But it's not like Apostle Gabar needs the scriptures to bring out scriptures. You know, he has that wisdom in his brain, right? Through the laboring. But that's when he there was Trevor Noah was talking about it. He said because there's the cameras all over, and it was like, and this they was looking at Apostle Gabar after he was like done looking through the box, talking about just like the old days, right? Just like the old days. And looked up, and Trevor Noah was like, And this is a racist, right? Like, because they demonize racism here, right? Because what Esau, his racist is to really bring pain and suffering on the children of Israel. That's how he's a racist. But all we're racist about is we're racist for our own nation, the Israelites, you know, bringing them back to their nationality, doing the work of the Most High Power, right? So, yeah, and then it cut, and then it goes to like this commercial of Africa and them, but these commercials were different. That's how you could tell, and I could tell because it looked like Apostle Gabar was like doing this against his will. He didn't want to be there, but like they surprised him with the box in them. He didn't know what to expect. You could tell in his face. And then when they cut to the racist thing, all you could tell was like his eyes were like something was going on at that time. Like his eyes were like big and like, I wouldn't say glossed over, but like I would say dealing with something very deep, you know. So let me bring out some scriptures, because they did that for a purpose. Because I feel like I perceive first that there was like this lesson, because it was like something in my brain. Like, this is how I know it wasn't a regular dream, that there was a lesson, right? This is like background information that I didn't even see, but I knew was happening in a dream. Where he did a lesson, and he was going into like, they was basically pushing the hate. Like he was talking about the other the heathen nations, and that must have got like so many views, or went viral or something like that. And then ends up he's being on the show, and they're talking about it, and they're like, this is to do, because it was like the daily edification, and it just got a whole bunch of views or something. And then now they're like the man behind that video, basically, right? No garment, no nothing. So you know he was brought there. He didn't go there, you know, because he would have the scriptures. He would have his garment, right? Or he wouldn't even go, really, because he doesn't need it. But this is what the Spirit led me to. This is 1 Corinthians 4:9. For I think that the Most High hath sent forth us the apostles last, as it were appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world, right? And that was exactly what was happening, and to angels and to men. We are fools for Yahawashi's sake, but ye are wise in Yahawashi. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised. And that's what they were despising him. He was looking through this stuff like it had meaning to him, but then looking like from my perspective, you could tell that they were thinking it was like trash, like. But right. Verse 11, even unto this present hour we both hunger and thirst, and are naked, and are buffeted, and have no certain dwelling place, and labor, working with our hands, being reviled we bless, being persecuted we suffer it. And that's exactly what his eyeballs were looking like, you know. And it felt like they weren't having no sympathy on him. Like, they were setting him up. Being defamed, we entreat. We are made as the filth of the world. That's why he was wearing like bummy clothes. Like, I can't even. Yeah, that's all I can. That's what I perceive it was like. They were like they just like regular sweats, right? But to this world, to have somebody like Trevor Noah sitting in a full suit, people go on the show with full suits on, dresses, whatever. And then to have Apostle Gabar on there with just sweats on, it's out of place, right? Being defamed, we entreat, we are made as the filth of the world, and are the offscoring of all things unto this day. I write not these things to shame you, but as my beloved sons I warn you. And that's deep, because what? This was a vision I got in my sleep, right? It wasn't that I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't the Most High leading me to do this. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't the Most High leading me to do this. But let me go to this one. This is 1 Peter 4 and 14. 1 Peter 4 and 11. Right. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of the Most High. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which the Most High giveth, that the Most High in all things may be glorified through YAHAWASHI, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happen unto you. But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. Gotta bring this out. Where sheep in the midst of wolves. This blue letter Bible is shit. This is Matthew 10 and 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. And that's exactly how Apostle Gabar was moving. Right? Because it was like there was persecution on us already. He knew he was walking straight into a trap. Right? But go back to 1 Peter 4, and I'll start back at 11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of the Most High. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which the Most High giveth, that the Most High in all things may be glorified through YAHAWASHI HaMashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happen unto you, but rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of YAHAWASHI